And now, with the preview of tonight's game and a look at what's happening at the ballpark, it's time for the Ameren, Illinois and ActonEnergy.com pregame show. Let's send it down to the field and check in with the voice of the Chiefs, Nathan Boliva.
Thank you, Chris. Welcome to Chiefs Countdown presented by Ameren, Illinois on our PeoriaMagazines.com interview today. I've got our manager, Joe Kruzel. How you doing today, Joe?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming out here with us. You like the intro video there,
I did. I like the intro. You're the only one that can put up there full size.
Yeah. This is the biggest I've ever been. You
Yeah,
put me out
tell.
there on the video board. We get ready for the
Maybe next year Rocky can get it like a 100-foot screen. Maybe look taller.
make me taller. I'm a good 5'2". That doesn't work for you?
No, that's okay. You do a good job for your height.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
We finished up the homestand here against Kane County. Ironically, the schedule, next time we're home, we'll see them again right back here. And we just saw them last week. When you guys play a team that many times in a row, what kind of adjustments are you guys looking to make? Is that kind of a battle of who makes the adjustments? We're seeing the same pitchers. They saw the same pitchers starting-wise. Is that part of the game, the battle between teams?
Yeah, you're still making adjustments, but a lot of times you're real familiar with the other club. And, for the most part, all the games we played with them have been pretty close.
Right.
They've come out on the top end a couple more times than we have. But the games have been pretty good, and, hopefully we can find a way to break that tonight and get a W.
Your starting pitcher last night, Blake McKnight, pitched very well, got through 6 innings again, another quality start in the books. He's done that twice in a row. What kind of challenge do you give a guy when they come out of the bullpen into the rotation, or vice versa? Chase Brookshire's been fantastic in the bullpen after starting. What's the toughest challenge in that transition?
Well, I think sometimes it's just getting them to where they're comfortable, and I think Blake's a little more comfortable being a starter. Right now, Brookshire's done a tremendous job coming out of the bullpen. He's really accepted that role extremely well. But we're also going to give Chase a chance here to start next 2 weeks, probably give him 2 starts, once in Beloit and then probably once at the homestand at the end of the first half. So it's not that we've totally gone away from it. We gave him an opportunity to go out in the bullpen, get his mechanics back in order, build some confidence for him, and then give him another shot maybe at starting.
Usually when we get a homestand like this, 5-6 games, means you guys get some extra coaches in here to help out, do some early work. I know Derek May is here, Louis Aguayo is here, the hitting coordinator, the infield coordinator. We also had Gary LaRock, player development in, and Jason Isringhausen, former Cardinal, great closer. And when you get those guys in, how does that help the players? And tell the fans a little bit about what you guys do out there before BP and some of that little extra early work.
Well, a lot of times it gives the players another sounding board, gives them a chance to ask them some questions, maybe give them a little insight of what they're seeing the player do, just give them a different voice and keep them on the process, so to speak. So it's always good when we get people in town. We've had Rachel, our strength conditioning coordinator here, Timmy Levesque, our pitching coordinator, Mark DeJohn, our field coordinator, has been here. Sometimes they'll go on the road with us. But a lot of times they meet us at home because you have a little more time. Louis had some infielders out here working on maybe feeds or pivots or just regular ground balls. And D. May has been in the cage with the guys, working on their swings with them. And not only their swings, their mechanical, but also talking to them about the mental side of hitting. And then Izzy's been great. He's come out with Jason, and, they've done a tremendous job going down in that bullpen during the day and taking some guys during their sides and giving them some things to work on.
One of the things that people ask a lot, the differences between organizations, and one of the things I've noticed here over the last year plus, when a guy's throwing one of those sides in the bullpens, all the other pitchers kind of sit down there in the bullpen and watch and learn as well. What goes into that, and where did that come from?
Well, I think a lot of times because sometimes when you're actually doing the activity, it may be no different than in the cage. D. May or Joe Bell or Steve Moritz may have a guy in the cage and working on something with them, and then he may say something to that hitter, no different than with Simo and Izzy down in the bullpen, may say something to that particular pitcher, but the guy standing next to him or sitting there watching, it may click to him. Maybe just a different way that they're presenting it to that guy that may really correlate to the person that's sitting there. No different than a guy in the cage, and there's only one person in the cage hitting at the time, but there's 6 guys standing around there, and something they may say may click to that guy. So it's very beneficial to give those guys an opportunity to hear them communicate with another player, because it may translate to them somehow.
You guys have got so far 56 games into the books and going through 69 in this half, which will end here the next homestand on Father's Day, and right there in the middle of a playoff race with about 4 or 5 other teams as well. And I guess when you're that many games in, that's what you play for. That's where you want to be. You gave yourself a chance to get to the playoffs here at the end of the first half. And if I would have told you on April 7th, hey, on June 2nd, we'll be right there in the playoff race, you would have taken that.
Well, look at Pat Kramer giving all those kids balls up in the stands. No wonder we don't have any baseballs for BP. He just gave away like 6 baseballs. Holy smokes.
Those are $8 each, right?
Cardinals got a lot of money nowadays. You know, the main thing what you're always trying to do, the most important thing is for the kids to come out and play every day.
Right.
And work and try to get better each day. And then you always hope at the end of each half, you know, the last 2 weeks, is that you have a chance for the playoffs. So you make those last 2 weeks games mean something. You're always looking towards the end of the first half, the end of the regular season, is that the games at the end of the season mean something. You're playing meaningful games. And that's what we're trying to do. We've put ourselves in a situation, you know, regardless of what happens today, and I'm not sure what Quad Cities, and I'm not really concerned what Quad Cities and Clinton have done today. It really don't matter to us. The most important thing is we have to take care of ourselves. So regardless of what happens today, going into those last 12 games, we're in a position to make the playoffs. What we choose to do with it will be up to us. And we can control what we do. That's all we can control.
And you get to play some of those teams, too. Quad Cities will be on the road this week, back here to play King County, and then Clinton next weekend. So it could be a couple big series in the next homestand. And you guys just played a pretty good homestand so far, a chance to finish off a winning homestand tonight in front of some big crowds. It seemed like it really got you guys energized late in those games on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday night.
Yeah, it's always nice when you play in front of a good crowd. So and Peoria has been good to us with the crowd, so we're pleased with that. But the main thing is, you know, we've given ourselves an opportunity, and we can basically control our own destiny. And so whatever we choose to do with it, it's totally up to us.
I know in all the interviews we've done so far this year, you always talk about the kids and talk about the guys. Got a question for you about you. This weekend, we go back to the Quad Cities. For you, that's going back to where you spent a good 4 or 5 years, won a Midwest League championship, had a whole lot of talent, which is now in St. Louis, especially with the call-ups of Oscar Taveras and Colton Wong and joining some of the other guys you had. Are you got to be looking forward to seeing some familiar faces? You'll be in the other dugout over there in Quad Cities at Modern Woodman, but you got to be looking forward to getting back up there for that this weekend. What's that mean to you?
Well, you know, I really haven't really given it a lot of thought yet, to be honest with you, because I know we got a 3-game set in Beloit first. You know, it's probably going to be one of those situations where I'm not really sure what it's going to feel like until we get there. And, you know, most of the people that were in the front office when I was there aren't there anymore. Right. But the one thing that I probably will remember a lot will be the fans, because, you know, you spent 5 years here, you almost knew them by name. So probably won't know until we get there, but it's really not really sinking into me in one way or the other right now. My concern right now is that game at 7 o'clock against Kane County, and then enjoy the off day tomorrow, and then worry about Beloit.
You got any plans for the off day? What are you doing?
Well, I think I'm going to get a haircut. Yeah, I need a haircut.
Me too.
So I'm going to go get a haircut, and then I'll find something to do, I'm sure.
Just make sure you go to Great Clips.
That's where I'm going.
All right, so I like
Great Clips.
All right, Joe.
They don't open till 10, though.
It's an off day. Why would you be awake before 10?
If I stay in bed too long, I'll get bed sores.
All right, Joe. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Our manager, Joe Kruzel, getting ready for the 7 o'clock game tonight against the Kane County Cougars. Before we do have an off day tomorrow, which is our last off day of the first half. Haven't had an off day so far since Mother's Day, so looking forward to that tomorrow. Get the off day. Then we're going to go on the road. We'll take a look right now. Hannah will put the standings up on the video board. We'll take a look at these Midwest League standings we were just talking about with Joe. You'll see the Chiefs right there in second place, highlighted in yellow. The top 2 teams at Father's Day, which is a week from Sunday, will indeed make the playoffs for the first half. So you see the Chiefs right there with the half-game lead over Quad Cities, who split a pair of games today up in Wisconsin, so they're already done for the day. And the Chiefs with a half-game lead on Quad Cities, with Clinton a game and a half back. Burlington's listed there 2.5 behind the Chiefs, but they won today at Cedar Rapids, finishing up just about an hour ago. So they're now 2 games back as we head into the off day. We will be in Beloit on Wednesday for 3, and then Quad Cities We'll come back home next week. We'll be home next Tuesday against this same Kane County squad. Then on Wednesday night with the $1 hot dogs, $1 sodas, and $1 ice cream sandwiches, it's also Teacher Appreciation Night and a post-game fireworks show. That is next Wednesday as we take on Kane County. Then on Thursday, it's Ladies' Night here at the ballpark with Thirsty Thursday and a diamond dig and a chance to come out here and dig up a diamond on the infield post-game on Thursday. Friday the 13th, Ozzie Smith bobbleheads for the first 1,000 fans through the gate. It's also a fireworks night and a flat screen Friday presented by Xfinity. Fans 18 and over with 6 chances to win Flat Screen Friday on Friday the 13th with the Ozzie Smith bobbleheads. And then speaking of Ozzie Smith, he will be here on Saturday the 14th, the IPMR Legend at the Ballpark night with post-game fireworks and dueling pianos with Ozzie Smith here signing autographs with a donation and the money of that night going to IPMR. And then we finish the half on Sunday. That is Father's Day, June 15th, so that is our superhero day. Spider-Man will be here, Iron Man will be here, and a grill set giveaway for all the fathers coming through the gates. First 1,000 fathers coming through the gates on Father's Day get a Peoria Chiefs grill set with Spider-Man and Iron Man here, plus the Chiefs signing autographs, the pregame catch on the field, and the postgame run the bases. That'll be the Sunday the 15th, 2 Sundays from now, as we finish the half. Tonight, sit back, relax, help us out winning a game against Kane County to get a winning series and a winning homestand, stay in that wild card spot, pick up another game on Quad City. Sit back, relax, have some fun, and we thank you for spending your Monday with us here at Dozer Park.